everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglind, and today is Saturday, June 6th, 2020, and we are broadcasting live from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks the beautiful Bryant Lake Regional Park located here in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to improve your quality of life, including wellness, health care, elder care, even end-of-life care, and, of course, caregiver support. I hope everyone listening today is doing well. We have another beautiful day here in Minnesota for all you people that do catch our show around the country. We have another great show for you today, folks. Joining me in the studio here is Carol Giuliani. She is the founder of Senior Travel Companion Services. She provides customized trip planning and travel escort services for individual seniors or couples. You don't want to miss this show. She is one of a kind. I have never met anybody else that does this, and it's a very, very important service she provides. So please, if you have questions for her, be sure and get on the phone or a text to us during the show here and get those questions answered. I also want to thank all of you that leave messages for us on our radio show phone line. As you know, we welcome your questions, comments, and suggestions. Also, please continue to let us know of topics or guests you would like for us to have on a future show. We are here to help you improve your quality of life. So call us or text us anytime at 612-999-3426. We appreciate hearing from you. And I'll give out that number throughout the show. So if you missed it, don't worry, because you can text us while we're here in the studio with your questions. Now, we're adding new listeners to the show each week here, and we are so grateful for that. But and not only here in the Twin Cities. In fact, we are getting listeners from across the country. I've heard from people in Florida, Alabama, Colorado, several other states here over the last month. And so, again, I want to thank you. And I also want to mention the purpose of this radio show is to have fun, but it's also to bring you specialists and experts who have a passion for helping others by providing advice and recommendations on how to navigate the challenges we all face of managing both our health and our family's health and quality of life. We also have a special focus on our aging population and how we can help you and your loved ones prepare for the various stages of life's transitions. In addition, we provide vital information for the caregivers who are essential in supporting our senior population. Now, you can find recordings of all of our shows on the AM 950 radio station homepage by simply clicking the On-Demand button and then clicking on our show logo, Living Healthy and Aging Well. Now, you can also find us on Apple iTunes, SoundCloud, and TuneIn. Now, today, you have two ways to get your questions answered. You can call us at the radio station. That number there is 952-946-6205, or you can text us your question at 612-999-3426. So once again, to ask your question live on the air, it's 952-946-6205, or you can text us your question at 612-999-3426. All right, and we're looking forward to talking with you today or answering your questions. All right, let's introduce our guest today. I'm really excited about this. I met Carol a few years ago at a networking event, and I was so impressed with her services and some of the stories she was telling me about how she helps our senior population. I said, I got to have her on the show one of these days, and this is the day. So welcome to the show, Carol.
Thanks for having me. I'm delighted to be here.
All right. Well, let me just first of all, the audience always loves to learn about the guest I have on the show. So would you give us a little background about you, and then how you end up getting into starting your own business and helping people with their travel accommodations and travel needs?
Sure. Yep. I started about 4 or 5 years ago. I decided after being a guardian and conservator for 27 years or something like that, I was making the medical decisions and financial decisions for seniors after I quit practicing law. So I really enjoyed that job, but I included in that job were opportunities to take folks every now and then on a trip somewhere, maybe to visit a family member or something. So for my individual clients, I realized that there was a need out there for some seniors to be able to get to destinations with a little bit of help that they couldn't on their own. So when I decided to wrap up my guardianship conservatorship practice, I thought, well, what do I want to do? And my kids are grown up, and I thought, I don't have a pet. I can go traveling. So I decided to put together this little idea about taking people traveling. And just kind of rolled from there. I found out there was a huge, huge need for that because so many seniors have medical situations or they're fearful or their family can't actually go and get them from a place and move them across country or travel with them for a vacation or a wedding or something like that. There needs to be somebody to make that more comfortable and safe for them.
Yeah, so just so that the audience understands this, you help them plan, but you also go with them. You are traveling along with them as a companion.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Which is a huge difference than like a travel agency or somebody who's just helping coordinate a travel. You actually do the travel with them.
Right. That's why it's for individuals or couples, because I can't really take a group. I don't want to take a group. There's
Right.
plenty of people that will take groups of seniors traveling. But when there's somebody that has a particular need, I'll put together all the logistics of a trip and get it all arranged, make all the reservations if they want me to do that, because it's customized. So if they don't and they have a plan, they can do it. But otherwise, I'll put it together and then I'll go pick them up at their residence and I'll drive them to the airport or however we're going, or cross country for that matter, and then get them to that destination for that event or that cross-country move.
So it's a concierge level service.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, so how long were you in a lawyer or an attorney? You were
About 15 years or something.
Wow, okay.
Securities defense litigation is boring. This is much more exciting.
This is much more exciting. Well, I tell you, and of course, working with seniors is just a joy. They're characters, aren't they? And they have so much appreciation too for help.
Yeah, they have great stories, and I have the senior gene, we call it. You know, some people really like babies, and I'm the person that will be at the Costco parking lot smiling at people and helping them with their cards. You know, the seniors. So that's just me.
Well, no, but that's just my team as well. We just love the senior population, have so much respect and honor for them. Mm-hmm. Okay, so well, let's talk about then. Your clients and your customers or your people that you work with is it the people that you end up going and being a companion with that call you, or is it their family, their children? How do people get it? Find you, and then who is the one that makes the initial call to you?
Right. Well, it just depends. I mean, sometimes I do get seniors that will call me directly or contact me through my website, which is seniortravelcompanion.com. Simple name, simple website. And actually, I get a lot of people Googling me because, I mean, if you go past the dating websites, you'll find me, and that's it. So I get a lot of folks that way. But a lot of times, too, it's the family members that say, my mom needs to come to my son's wedding, and we need to have somebody fly with her and then be with her during that stay and then get her back home because it works best for the families that way.
Right. And so this is different than like unaccompanied minors that are flying where someone drops them off and someone picks them up. You actually get on the plane with your client and go with them.
That's right.
Or you get in a car and drive with them, right? You've done that a few times.
Yep. And one train ride.
And one train. Planes, trains, automobiles. You cover everything.
You bet.
All right. Well, so we got a couple minutes here in the first segment, and I want to just start to talk about the importance of this service to the seniors and to the families that you serve. Why is it important for seniors to travel?
I think it's just vital that seniors get to do what they want to do, and we sometimes forget that. I've got a quote here that's my favorite thing. It says, "To deny the right to make choices in an effort to protect the person from risk is to diminish their human dignity." That's Robert Persky, and that's my favorite thing because folks will say, "Oh, that person's too old to travel. They have infirmities, or they've got dementia, or there's something going on, so they can't come to the wedding, or they don't think they can go because it may not be it's safe for them, or they're fearful. They haven't been on a plane for a long time. But once they decide they're going to go on a trip, they have something to look forward to and something to talk about afterwards. It's part of life. And I think some 90% of seniors that were interviewed for a study that I read recently said that if they had to do life over again, what would they have done differently? And they say, I would have traveled more. So I think a lot of seniors really do want to keep continuing to experience all that life has to offer. And if it can be done safely, more power to them. I want to facilitate that as much as possible.
And what a great thing for the family, the children, other people in the family that know there's someone traveling with mom or dad or both of them to help just make sure they get to where they're going. All right, we're getting the music here, cueing us out here, but I do want to talk a little bit more about that and how important it is for seniors to have that experience of traveling. And I've talked to many in our practice, and they feel they can't. But again, they just don't know that you're there to help them along. So, all right, we'll be right back. It's time for a short break. We are talking to Carol Giuliani, founder of Senior Travel Companion Services. She provides customized trip planning and travel escort services for individual seniors or couples. So please, if you have any questions about this is a really fun topic. Call us at 952-946-6205 to get your questions in line here. And our show producer is waiting to take those. And please stay with us. We'll be right back to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Now, more than ever, we are being faced daily with the topic of human mortality, and for many people, estate planning has been top of mind. Getting your estate planning done now can be easy and cost-effective. Schroman Law offers virtual options for initial consultations so that new clients can safely initiate the process. With many facing uncertain financial situations, Schroman Law also offers affordable fees for legal documents. Learn more at schromanlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
If you or someone you know is considering a move to assisted living, consider calling NeighborCare, a new kind of in-home support that is more affordable than traditional home care. This innovative new home care model is designed to help older adults remain independent by making in-home support services more affordable and accessible. Care professionals can help with daily tasks in smaller time increments, even multiple times a day as necessary. Support is offered 24 hours a day. Serving the Twin Cities community for more than 125 years, Episcopal Homes understands the importance of a safe and supportive environment. NeighborCare will begin its pilot closest to the Episcopal Home service area within the urban core of St. Paul. This service benefits from financial support from the State of Minnesota Department of Human Services, which recognizes innovation is needed to help support older adults in living well at home. Call 651-444-4000 today to find out if NeighborCare by Episcopal Homes is available in your neighborhood.
Hi, Gregory Rich, owner of Habitation Furnishing and Design and host of Drink in the Style, Saturdays at 7 and Sundays at 5. You know, we're all sitting at home right now, and chances are you've noticed a thing or two that you wish you could change. Well, the Habitation Design staff is here to help. Right now, we're offering free virtual interior design services. It works like this. You guys are home, we're all at home. Let's schedule a virtual walkthrough of your space. Using FaceTime, Zoom, or Skype, one of our degreed professional interior designers will take a look, tell you precisely how to measure your room, then provide you with specific product recommendations, a design plan, and everything you need to make your space beautiful and functional. So we've all got the time. Why don't we take advantage of it? Call Habitation at 952-426-3548. That's 952-426-3548 and schedule your virtual design appointment today.
Tune in for Philosophy Talk, the program that questions everything
except your intelligence.
Coming up, misogyny.
Traditional gender roles have changed over the last half-century.
Yet misogyny shows no signs of dying.
Do you think the Me Too movement is changing the landscape?
Maybe, but there's already a Me Too backlash.
Misogyny. Next time on Philosophy Talk.
Philosophy Talk, every Sunday at 8 a.m. and again at 2 p.m. on AM 950.
All right, welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today in the main studio here at AM 950 is Carol Giuliani. She is the founder of Senior Travel Companion Services, and she provides customized trip planning and travel escort services for individual seniors or couples. It's a very unique business that she has founded here and does a great job at. So I want to make sure if you have any questions for Carol, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can text us at 612-999-3426. Before we return to our conversation with Carol, I want to mention this radio program is brought to you in part each week by the team of Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, physician-owned medical practice serving our local communities here in the Twin Cities with innovative and comprehensive end-of-life health care. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support or what's involved, please contact the compassionate team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. Their phone number is 952-898-1022. That number again is 952-898-1022. Or visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. And remember, folks, if you're on Medicare or you've got private insurance, typically all of the services are provided at no cost to you. And most people are shocked to hear, and that's why this is one of the best values in healthcare today is hospice care. So please call them if you have any questions about hospice care for you or your loved ones. Also, I want to mention each week, we do get questions regarding the DNA testing services available through our show partner, Genetic Health RX. I want to quickly answer 4 of the most common questions we've been receiving here. First, what is this DNA test for? Well, the test identifies which prescription medications are the best ones for your unique genetics. And these tests can help you and your doctor optimize your treatment results and also help avoid unwanted adverse drug side effects. So again, it's personalized approach to medicine. Second, is the test painful? No. The test is a simple swab inside of your mouth and takes only a few seconds, and it is totally pain-free. Third, who should get this test? Well, the test is for people of all ages. However, it's really focused on if you are taking prescription medications or are planning to, you should get this test done. It's a one-time test, and it's good for the rest of your life. The fourth and final question here for us today is, how much does this test cost? Well, the test is paid for by Medicare and most insurance plans. Please feel free to contact Genetic Health RX for more information. And by the way, the friendly team at Genetic Health RX will also come to your home or work to get your test done. To schedule a convenient 10-minute visit, call 612-991-9930. Once again, 612-991-9930. So for more information, call Genetic Health RX. And if you haven't had this done, you should really consider looking into it. All right, Carol, back to our conversation. But before we do, let's let our audience know how they can reach you if they have any questions or want more information.
Sure. Well, there's my website. That's a good way to go through it. Leave a message for me. It's www.seniortravelcompanionservices.com. And then my phone number is 952-946-7997. You're welcome to call me anytime. I work out of my house. And I'm also on LinkedIn, and I have a website. Email is Carol S. as in Sam, Giuliani, Giuliani @gmail. So
fantastic. And we'll give that out throughout the show. So, folks, if you didn't have a paper and pencil at handy, we'll give it out during the show here. So don't worry about that. All right. Well, let's keep talking about the great benefits here that your services provide to our senior population, but also to their family members who, for various reasons, may want them to attend something. There's events always going on. Families now are so scattered across the world, and it's it's tough to be connected sometimes. And so I want to talk more about, we talked about why it's so important for seniors to travel. We don't want them isolated. We don't want them lonely. We don't want them bored. Those are things that really detract from their quality of life. And to be able to have them participate in family events or commemorative events. I mean, things that are happening across the country, whether it be veterans or service people. There's so many great things that happen that it really is beneficial for them to get there and participate in those things.
That's right. I've taken people to family reunions, class reunions. I've flown with them to go seek medical treatment in different states. Like I said, weddings, a lot of weddings, and some vacations. But mostly what I do is travel with them to move cross-country. So if there's a senior in California, for example, I moved a gal from California to be with her family in Michigan. Sometimes there'll be a family situation where an individual have some children that want them to be closer, that senior to be closer to them, and they can't go and take mom, or they're afraid to do it because they don't know how to get the mom through the airport, or the dad has some personality issues, and I step in as that person that can do that.
Yeah. Now, we're finding in our practice that a lot of people who have retired move south, and they go to Florida or Arizona, Phoenix, whatever, and then something happens to them physically. They fall, they get hurt, or a disease takes its toll, and they want to come back to Minnesota and be with family. And in fact, this is where they want to come back to and die at the end of life. And so we're seeing people really struggle with trying to make that trip. In fact, one of the people we know really closely had to go out and bring her parents back, drive them back, and had to take off work, and it was really a lot of effort. And so again, it would have been great to have your service there helping them do that, plan for it. Just even the planning process is so extensive.
It can be daunting, that's for sure. And a lot of folks don't know how to do it. They don't know how to get through the airport with the senior and how to make those connections through the airports if you've got to do that. And so it's good to have somebody who knows how to get through and how to deal with the system that's set up there.
Right. And it's much more difficult now to travel than it used to be years ago.
Right. A lot of folks just don't want to even think about going to the airport and seeing all these folks rushing around. And actually now it's a really good time to travel. I've been on 2 flights, 2 trips since COVID started, and the airports are peaceful and people are pleasant, and you get seats that are far from other people, so you board from the back of the plane. So
right,
it makes it a lot easier in some respects actually to travel now. Everybody's got a mask, everybody's being careful, so it's good.
All right, well, it's time for a short break. The music is cueing us out here. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Cara Giuliani. She is the Senior Travel Companion Services founder, and she provides customized trip planning and travel escort services for individual seniors or couples. So if you have any questions, please give us a call, 952-946-6205. And you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well. Please stay with us.
Even though these are challenging times, All Energy Solar is still committed to providing you a cost-effective, environmentally friendly energy system through their zero-contact protocol. Solar remains a great value and long-term investment, but some of the incentive programs will be expiring soon. All Energy Solar can walk you through the entire process. They can evaluate your property by phone or webinar and can even complete preliminary design work without visiting your home. So start saving on your energy bill today and visit allenergysolar.com.
Join over 300,000 Minnesota families by choosing Warner Stelling to be your appliance specialists. Our customers have helped us be very good at selling, installing, and servicing appliances. We work hard to earn your business. Choose Warner Stelling to be your appliance specialist.
Hi, Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz here. We're in an unprecedented battle against the COVID-19 virus. The state of Minnesota is doing everything possible to keep you safe, but we need your help. We need you to stay home. Flatten the curve on COVID. Let's get through this thing together.
Are you wondering what's going on with our real estate market right now? Then why not become a house geek? Hi, I'm Kirk Duckwall with Bricks Real Estate and host of the Twin Cities Real Estate Show here with your Market Minute. 4.86 is the average number of showings per week per listing in the median sale price range, and this is a key indicator of current demand in our marketplace. The median sale price is up by 8% over the same time last year, which is at about $297,000. The 30-year conventional interest rate is at around 3.33%. This is historically low and is virtually unchanged over last week. So what does this mean for sellers? Showing activity is slower than it was last year at the same time. However, due to the low inventory of homes for sale, activity is still showing it is a seller's market. For buyers, you are able to schedule showings with your realtor if you are taking proper precautions. Are you thinking about making a move? Then remember, you can check us out online anytime at housegeeks.com.
Hey, I guess we found a new name for our show.
Really? What's the new name?
Pilot's Progressive Party.
How did you ever come up with that?
Pilot's our name and progressive fun is our game.
Well, what's that about?
It's a 1-hour news show with progressive guests and information you normally don't hear on the radio.
Well, that's so exciting. I have a few ideas for guests myself.
I know they'll be progressive.
Wednesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. on AM 950.
The progressive voice of Minnesota.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Sam Turnberg. Today's going to be mostly sunny with a high near 79. While tonight, chance of storms with a low around 66. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 88. Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 94. And Tuesday, storms likely with a high near 79.
Make the most of your time at home with a new gas, pellet, or charcoal grill during Warner Stellian's Grill Expo. Get the lowest prices of the year online, by phone, or in store. Then enjoy free assembly, contact-free delivery, and free haul away. Only at Warner Stellian.
Welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today in the main studios here of AM 950 is Carol Giuliani. She is the founder of Senior Travel Companion Services, and she provides customized trip planning in addition to travel escort services for individual seniors or couples. And we're having a great time talking about some of the stories, and we're going to share some of those stories with you in this segment here. But if you have any questions about this very, very unique, kind of a one-of-a-kind service here in the Twin Cities, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can text us your question at 612-999-3426. All right, before we return to our conversation, I do want to mention a new in-home support services program called Neighbor Care that's being offered by one of our show partners, Episcopal Homes. If you or someone you know is struggling to maintain living independently or is considering a move to an assisted living community, please call Neighbor Care first. Neighbor Care is a new kind of in-home support service that is more affordable than traditional home care providers. This innovative new home care service is designed to help older adults remain independent by making in-home support services both more affordable and accessible. Care professionals can help with daily tasks in smaller time increments, even multiple times each day as needed. This unique support service is offered 24 hours a day. This new program is being offered by Episcopal Homes in St. Paul. Now, for more than 125 years, Episcopal Homes has been serving the Twin Cities and understands the importance of a safe and supportive home environment. Neighbor Care is currently providing services near the Episcopal Homes coverage area within the urban core of St. Paul. Now, this service also benefits from the financial support from the Minnesota Department of Human Services, which recognizes innovation is needed to help support our older adults in living well at home. For more information, please call 651-444-4000 and ask for Karen Vento to find out if Neighbor Care by Episcopal Homes is available in your neighborhood. Once again, to call Karen, the number is 651-444-4000, 651-444-4000, and she'd be happy to explain the benefits and the uniqueness of this great program. All right, Carol, before we get back into our conversations, let's let our audience know if they have questions or want more information, how they can reach you.
Okay, they can call me at 952-946-7997 or look for me on my website at www.seniortravelcompanionservices.com. That's the easiest way to reach me, is through the website. And then you can see my testimonials and my travel tips and all the information that I have out there about what I do.
A lot of great resources. And we were talking at commercial break here about some of the important information you're providing to other organizations. Why don't you just tell us a little briefly about that program that you're supporting, with the DFOG group?
Yeah, it's Dementia Friendly Airports Working Group. So I'm on that group, and we did a survey of seniors that are going through the airports and people with dementia to find out what their problems were, what their issues were, and then I'm coming up with solutions. So I'll explain on there's a DFOG website that's coming out shortly that has travel tips for people to find out how you deal with using the bathroom at the airport, how you get through security when someone's agitated with dementia, just basic things, and then some particular little ways that I figured out how to make life easier.
And those tips and tricks are so important. Many of our patients have dementia, and it's the epidemic of the elderly. It's a horrible disease. But I could see going to an airport. I mean, all the things you try not to have in an environment for a dementia person are there at the airport. Loud sounds, bright lights, a lot of activity. I mean, that's got to be really tough to navigate through that whole security process and the waiting at the gate, and that's a lot of new surroundings for somebody who may have dementia.
That's right. It's very difficult for people sometimes to just go on their own. That's why it's great to have somebody that can make the plan and know the timing of things, when you have to get through the airport, how to stand next to somebody who's going through in a wheelchair. And I always recommend staying in the wheelchair. Even if they say, can you get up and walk? Don't. It's easier because getting instructions from the TSA agents can just kind of boggle the mind sometime, and it's random and wherever you go. So just having somebody accompany that senior through the airport and to their destination, having that rental car at the other end and getting that person safely to a destination is just so important.
Well, as I said in the first segment, you really provide a concierge-level service, and what a great comfort and confidence that provides the family if they're asking to get someone from one place to the other, or for, like I said, medical needs, or they need to attend a wedding or another social event. To know someone's there looking over them, and even if it's a person that's very independent and capable, it's still nice to know that, because it can be very confusing and can be very hectic and chaotic in travel at airports. Just to know somebody's there taking care of their loved one.
Sure. Yep. And there was one time that I was taking a woman from Philadelphia to her niece's wedding. This was a year ago or so in Santa Fe. So she asked me, and she's a very brilliant lady, very interesting. So I flew out to meet her, and I bring my own travel wheelchair that folds up really nice, and sometimes I bring my own suitcases if they don't have anything that's going to work. And I got her down to the wedding, and she had an ostomy bag. So I took care of that with her help. I'm not a nurse, so I don't do injections and things, but anything that a family member can do, I can and will do, including taking folks to the bathroom and arranging whatever they need. And in this case, it was about an hour before the wedding was going to start down in Santa Fe, and her bridge fell out. Her teeth fell out. And we had to run around quickly. I drove her around and get the cement that you need to put your teeth back in so she could smile for the pictures.
Boy,
because she was
camera.
a big part of this wedding.
Well, that's right. She made the effort to get there, and everyone wanted her there.
Right.
Yeah.
I had another situation where a gentleman I was asked to bring him to a wedding in Santa Cruz, and he didn't have the right clothes. His family sent him with clothes that did not fit. I mean, I always travel with a shoehorn because those weddings, you got to have a shoehorn. But, I didn't have anything for the fact because he didn't have the right size pants, so I had to run out and buy him some clothes. So I do a lot of troubleshooting and just behind the scenes stuff too.
Well, and those are the things that people just don't realize or understand, because if you travel frequently, it almost becomes kind of second nature. But again, when someone who may not have traveled for a while, and conditions have changed so dramatically in the last few years, and sometimes people just haven't experienced that. So that in itself can be just confusing. But I think, as you said, you really can lay out and plan extensively how the whole trip is going to look, so the family can really understand what's involved as well, right?
Yep, I plan it sort of like a military operation. I will know. I'm doing a trip on Wednesday where I'm moving a woman to St. Louis to be near her son. So I need to know how big is this woman? And will she fit in the wheelchair that I have? In this case, it'll be a piece of cake. So I'll take my travel wheelchair. I'll go to her assisted living facility and get her in my car to the airport. Then I have to be there in time so I can get her out and then take her suitcase and get that checked. So it's a lot of figuring out exactly how this is going to work. And I have to ask a lot of questions and plan for the contingencies that maybe they're going to have more luggage than I expect. So I always bring my own extra duffel bag thing. So in case I need to, they have a bunch of medications and some incontinence products. And I'm walking out the door of the facility and they're saying, oh, this is for her too. So I don't want to go out there with a big plastic bag. I want to have something that I can carry. So It's little things like that. And then on the end, when I get there, to make sure that that person, the family member, is there to greet them and meet them and make all those arrangements and have the timing down just right.
Well, that's what it is. To travel is all about timing.
It takes a lot of patience and a lot of timing. So a lot of people don't have that time, but I make the time to take the time.
Yeah. Now, and you're limited to what you can bring on. You have to check as much as you can, right? And there's only so much you can bring on the plane with you. So you have to make sure that what you bring on the plane is essential and critical, so that in case bags are misplaced or delayed.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's part of the travel tips that I have on my website. The things that you should know, like even putting a identification tag on your purse or backpack, because people do tend to just leave those things. And this is just general they're not going to do that when I'm with them because I'm carrying everything and making sure everything's there. But there's a lot of little things that you need to do, wearing headphones on the airplane if you've got some dementia that will distract a senior and make them feel comfortable. So I always bring extra headphones and mints and whatever I need. I have a whole bunch of stuff in my little bag.
Right, that you've gained over the years of finding out these are the things you need to make things go smoothly.
I've done 50 trips to 30 states and 5 or 6 foreign countries. So believe me, I've learned what airports to go to and which ones to avoid and how to get around. The farthest one I had was to take a couple they were from Bangladesh, and they wanted to go home to Tampa. And their daughter couldn't go out there and fly with them because she was pregnant. So she called me up, and I met them in Dubai and flew with them back to Tampa. And it was an extraordinary trip, but I had good plans made for that, so we were close to a bathroom that I could go and help the gentleman on the airplane. It was a plane that had a big enough bathroom that I could get in there with him and help him during the flight, because that was a long flight.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you're really thinking around the corner for everything. You just want to make sure that all contingencies are accounted for.
Right.
We've got about a minute and a half here. Have you had any plans just kind of blow up on you? Just travel, you have to be so flexible and adaptable to travel things. Have you ever had something where it just went sideways on you?
Oh, sure, yeah. When there was a snowstorm in North Carolina, they don't have shovels there, and we had to stay over an extra day. So, I had another woman that I was taking from Chicago to Vermont, and there were 4 or 5 gate changes. You can get somebody from the airport to wheel you to your gate, but what if you've got some dementia and then they move you around? I mean, this woman would have been lost. I mean, done for.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not only is it the execution you lay out and plan for, but the fact you're there for contingency planning when things don't go as planned.
Absolutely. I'm always ready for it.
All right. Well, we are time for a short break. We'll be back for our last segment here, folks. So if you have any questions for Carol, please give us a call, 952-946-6205. So we'll be back to continue our conversation with Carol Giuliani. She's the founder of Senior Travel Companion Services, and she provides customized trip planning and travel escort services for individual seniors or couples. And many of her clients do have a physical infirmity, which makes it more difficult to travel by themselves. So great service here. So please give us a call if you have any questions, 952-946-6205. And you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well. I'm Ken Haglind. Please stay with us.
Now, more than ever, we are being faced daily with the topic of human mortality, and for many people, estate planning has been top of mind. Getting your estate planning done now can be easy and cost-effective. Schroman Law offers virtual options for initial consultations so that new clients can safely initiate the process. With many facing uncertain financial situations, Schroman Law also offers affordable fees for legal documents. Learn more at schromanlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
If you or someone you know is considering a move to assisted living, consider calling NeighborCare, a new kind of in-home support that is more affordable than traditional home care. This innovative new home care model is designed to help older adults remain independent by making in-home support services more affordable and accessible. Care professionals can help with daily tasks in smaller time increments, even multiple times a day as necessary. Support is offered 24 hours a day. Serving the Twin Cities community for more than 125 years, Episcopal Homes understands the importance of a safe and supportive environment. NeighborCare will begin its pilot closest to the Episcopal Home service area within the urban core of St. Paul. This service benefits from financial support from the State of Minnesota Department of Human Services, which recognizes innovation is needed to help support older adults in living well at home. Call 651-444-4000 today to find out if NeighborCare by Episcopal Homes is available in your neighborhood.
Hi, this is Laura. Thank you for listening to AM 950. People have been calling us and letting us know how important we are. We are here for you. You are here for us. As we look to the future, let's build a stronger local business economy. Do you know of a business that could benefit from connecting with the AM 950 audience? Is there a product or service that you wish you could buy from an AM 950 advertiser? Let us know. So call us with your ideas and suggestions. Our number is 952-946-8885. Also, we are an affordable form of mass media. We offer a safe public place. So if you know of any group that might be interested in communicating via AM 950, also let us know. Annual meetings, community outreach, public auctions, podcasts, spiritual well-being program, recovery. AM 950 is able to air live or taped messages. AM 950 also reaches people without internet. And remember, more people listen to radio than any other medium, about 92% of adults. So Radio connects. If you want to know more, give us a call, 952-946-8885, or go to Laura at am950radio.com.
We use technology every day to help manage our lives. Why not use it to help manage your medications? St. Paul Corner Drug offers several free tools to keep you on track while taking your medications. Use our mobile app to quickly order a refill, or the Meds on Q application, which turns your smartphone or tablet into your very own personal medication attendant. Email and text messaging options let you know when your medication is ready for pickup, making efficient use of your time. St. Paul Corner Drug, pharmacy the way it should be.
Welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. And my name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today in the main studio of AM 950 is Carol Giuliani. She is the founder of Senior Travel Companion Services. Now, she provides customized trip planning and travel escort services for individual seniors or couples. So again, if you have any questions, this is your last chance, last segment of the show to get your questions answered. You can call us at 952-946-6205. All right. Let's jump into the conversation here, Carol. Oh, and let's remind the audience, if they have questions for you that they want to talk to you about individually after the show, how can they get a hold of you?
They can contact me through my website, which is seniortravelcompanionservices.com, or call me at 952-946-7997.
Perfect. All right. Now, we've been talking throughout the show here about helping people get to different destinations for a wide array of reasons. But this is really a unique service, and I want to explore a little bit more with you just why what you do is so unique and why your business is unique, because I've never heard of a service like this before. Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little bit more about that here in the last few minutes of the show. And also, I do want to talk about what was your best trip and maybe what was your most challenging trip, because you've been telling me these stories off the air, and I wish everyone could have listened in, because these are some phenomenal stories. But yeah, let's talk about the uniqueness of your business.
Yes. Well, I didn't realize that people weren't doing this, but once I got into it, I started getting calls from folks as far away as Tasmania or Finland saying, I want to do what you're doing. This sounds so glamorous to be traveling around. It's to me, it's folks looking for some sort of sugar daddy and free vacation. But I am not doing free vacations. I am taking somebody on a trip that they want to go on. It's their vacation. It's their family's wedding. So I'm there for them. It's not about me whatsoever. But I find that there's other outfits like maybe home health cares that are saying, okay, well, we can provide a CNA to go with you, a certified nursing assistant, or some people will use other family members or friends of the family or something like that. But the problem that I see with that is that they don't have the travel experience, so they don't know how to deal with it if there's a situation where they're stuck overnight someplace and they have to get a new hotel because their connection wasn't made or something. They can't necessarily. Then you have to file for insurance, especially with the COVID, and how are you going to do that, and what happens if there are any kind of issues whatsoever with the travel part of it. So, or though there's people that like to do the travel, but they don't really know seniors, and they don't want to get their hands dirty, and I mean literally and figuratively. So right. I'm willing to do that. So that's what makes me unique, and I'm willing to go by plane or drive people to their destinations. I just go anywhere that's outside of the Twin Cities. I don't do anything in town because there's a lot of outfits that'll do that. But for an outfit that goes out of town, out of country, that's me.
Wow. And what's nice is that you've been doing this for years, so you understand all the things that can happen. And as we were talking about some of the crazy things that you've had to deal with, and I'm just thinking, thank goodness that you were there for both the person or the couple you were with and their family, because what a helpless feeling to get a call and say, hey, missed the flight, or something's been canceled, and your loved one is confused and unsure what to do next, and you're 1,000 miles away.
Right, or they have vision loss, or they have Parkinson's, and they need to have their medications on time, and they need to have medical equipment brought with them to make sure that it arrives on time. So it's all those little things.
Well, but they're critical things, because that'll make or break a trip if you don't have your medications, or if they're misplaced, or they're forgotten to be taken at the proper time.
Indeed. There's a lot that goes into these trips. But the weddings are the fun ones, and there's a lot that go. I get hired for those a lot because, of course, if you want to have your loved one, your senior, be there, your grandfather at your wedding, and your parents don't want to be dealing with grandpa because they want to be focused on you, the bride and the groom. So they want somebody to be there with them. And the real fun one that I had last fall was actually just up in northern Minnesota, and I had a gentleman who was a Vietnam vet, and he was just the most delightful man, and he had a really fun family. And I go to the weddings, and I stay there, and then when things get to be a little, the dancing starts and the cake is cut, then I get them back to the hotel room and get them fixed up and their medications taken and get them settled in and things. For the ladies, sometimes I'll stay in the rooms with them, and just depending on how they want to set the system up, or I'll stay, in that case, I stayed with my niece who happened to live down the road. But I try to make it as affordable as possible for these folks. And it was just a real fun one to get to know this gentleman and get to hear his stories and how much he loved his wife. And it was just and it was a beautiful drive. And I love driving. So it was just a delightful trip. So sometimes I get people that are just really fun. Sometimes there's people that are a little more challenging, to say the least.
But that's why they hire you, to help with that, because you've got the experience. And it's kind of nice to have a third person do that versus trying to have family members do it, especially before a family event. That can just really drain and tax them before that.
Right. Sometimes the family members want that senior family member to be with them, but they don't get along that well. And so I'm the one that's kind of hired to do that because they push each other's buttons. So I'm always pleasant, and I'll keep them entertained on the plane ride, and I focus on them. I don't look at my phone and do other stuff. I'm focused on that senior from the beginning to the end, and I make sure that everything is comfortable for them and they're as happy as they can be under any situation.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned on the break that you even have baby monitors with you. So if a person, let's say you have a gentleman that you're with, that you're taking somewhere, you can have that monitor in his room on an overnight, and you have it in yours, so they can just call out to you and get help if they need to during the night.
Right. I have that kind of equipment, and if there's somebody with dementia and they're in a separate room, and I have a door monitor, a door alarm for that. So there's a lot of little tricks that go into making sure that person's comfortable. Every now and then, I get to know these people pretty well if I'm on vacation. And one gentleman that I took on a trip last fall, I got to notice that his bare feet didn't look good, and he needed some foot care. So I was able to get an appointment while we were on vacation and have his feet taken care of.
Wow,
yeah, so
that's huge.
Little things like that you get to know, and I'll tell the family afterwards, this is what worked, and they might just need their eyesight doesn't seem to be good, and the hearing's not great. So I would suggest contacting this and that company, maybe getting something checked into.
Wow. We're at the last minute of the show, folks, so I want to just thank Carol Giuliani. She's the founder of Senior Travel Companion Services, and she provides customized trip planning and travel escort services for both individual seniors or couples. So whether you're looking to travel by destination or car, give Carol a call, and her number is 952. What is your number, Carol?
946-7997.
All right, great. And your website is?
SeniorTravelCompanionServices.com.
Fantastic. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's show, folks. Please continue to call us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation, or let us know of topics you'd like for us to discuss on future shows. You can reach us anytime at 612-999-3426. Please join us again next Saturday at noon for another live broadcast, and thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, live well.